barely see the eye just because of the tree. Mm-hmm. Carter, don't do that.
Put it back in, huh?
Yeah.
Counterproductive, Carter. It was going so good yesterday.
Oh no.
Now you want to fill the hole up. Turtle. So this is the first steps. This is not the first step because this is like, it's taking a long time to dig a hole. This is a lot of work. So this is like day 3 maybe of digging. So I'm gonna continue to dig this out. I'm going to give it the design that I want, put some slopes in here, and then we'll get a pond liner, drop it into place, and make sure that this is a nice size enclosure. So I will fence it in, obviously. I'm gonna figure out some kind of nice, beautiful decorative wall to put around this. We're gonna plan around it. I'm gonna see about putting a waterfall into the pond. I'm not quite sure about everything that I'm gonna do. Right now, I'm just trying to get this hole dug. So Carter's been helping. Hopefully he doesn't fall into this deep pond, but this is a fairly big pond. You know, what other better place to have it than but in front of the house? So you're gonna be able to walk up and see a beautiful, beautiful pond. It's not aquascape, but it's gonna be aquascaped. So the dimensions of this thing is like 11 foot in length, and probably in the widest area right here, this may be something like 7 foot, 3 foot deep, something like that. About 6 foot in length, in width. And that's right there, that's not even the widest area. So coming from right here, it's about 6.5 foot. So that's a nice sized pond. The footprint has definitely grown substantially. Let me grab my measuring tape. All right, so it's pretty much the same length. It's not gonna be too much crazier in length. So I'm gonna put the waterfall back there. And we are looking at about 11, 12 foot. And as far as the width, let's measure the widest part. 8 foot. And like I said, about 3 foot deep. So much bigger footprint, not much bigger, but bigger footprint. Now what I'm trying to do is work on these shelves. As you can see, I made a nice berm all the way around. That's gonna give me my elevation for the waterfall. So I'm thinking that the waterfall in here, it'll come down, be the first little drop, come down and drop into there. So, you know, that's kind of like how I'm going with it. It might change. This is my first ever pond that I've ever built. So it's fun. So it's a lot of stages left. One thing you want to be concerned about, and I'm really concerned about, well, one thing you need to make sure that you think about when you're digging this hole is, where are you gonna put all the dirt? Where are you gonna put all the dirt? So that's why all this right here is the dirt I added. This whole berm going around, but that's fine. I'm gonna put plants in there. Like I said, that allowed me to get the waterfall into place. So I wanted to go ahead and probably make it cut this cut this ledge, probably make it like 12 to 18 inches. Drop down, same thing, drop down until we get to about 3 foot. Right now it's maybe about, I don't know. It looks deeper than what it is. It was looking like it was about 26 inches, which isn't deep at all. Yep, it's about 20 inches. So it's really not deep at all. One of the other things I need to make sure I do is I'm gonna take this board right here and make sure it's level all the way around. It's one of the tricks that I just learned. So you go like this, you put the level on it, you can make sure that it's level at all times, which is very important when you have this thing filled with water. I haven't leveled at all, so I don't know what it is. Okay, a little bit. So raise up that side about that much. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So I need to do that around the whole thing at all times to make sure that both sides are the same height. And then we're just gonna keep getting after it. Just gonna keep getting after it. Get in there. So this is a spade. It's called a spade because it has a tip. This one is for digging. The flat one over there is for scooping. One of the tricks is wetting the soil down. I did that this morning. When you wet it, that allows it to break apart a lot easier. Not saying that was easy, I'm just saying you definitely want to wet it. Everything else was super easy. You see how wet it is right there. But up here, I had all this other soil covering it, but that's still pretty good. Nice big chunks. Getting my profile together. Come around about right there. And then you'll get the idea of what I mean with the waterfall. It's gonna be so much easier when I have this thing walled in. But until then, just gotta, you go stack it up, put the dirt on top of there, and then you tamp it down. And then when you wet it, it really locks it into place. Binds right together. I get my tamper. That's what this is. So this is just a manual compactor. That way, the dirt doesn't settle after the fact. Putting that work in, y'all. Putting that work in. So when I'm done for the night, I'll spray it down. It'll lock it together, just like this. I'm gonna continue to spray this down. Let it dry, spray it, let it dry. And then it's gonna get hard. And it's gonna be just like the ledge. Same thing around over there. So don't worry about it being soft at first. Also, you're gonna put rocks up there, make it look real good. So as you can see, we done made it to the next step. Part 3 of the pond build. Careful, Papa. I don't know if you wanna come down here. Part 3 of the pond build. So you might notice a couple of things what Carter was just walking on. Careful, good job. Is the perimeter, the barrier, the enclosure. So as I've said already, this pond is, there you go, Carter, high five. Like I said, this pond is for our turtles. We want to make sure our turtles are able to get out and get some sun in the spring and the summer. So so their shells could get that good UV, all that good stuff. So this is a nice sized pond for the turtles. We might go ahead and get some koi if we could get some koi in here, or we might just go ahead and get some goldfish. Who knows? Definitely gonna get some mosquito fish, some guppies, to make sure that we don't have any issues with mosquitoes. So again, this is mainly for our turtles. So that's why we went ahead and I went ahead and put the perimeter around there. It's just a dry fit. It's nothing cemented. Nothing is permanently. We're gonna definitely have to wash your hair. Papa, get your head off. He's like, this is a couch. He is comfortable, a little too comfortable. We're gonna definitely have to wash all that hair now. So like I was saying, we wanna make sure we keep our turtles in here, in this enclosure. I also went ahead and rough fitted the skimmer, which is on that side. And then we have the waterfall that's on this other side right here. So the next step, we have our pond liner over there. That's right, Papa. He's repeating everything that I'm saying or trying to. So we have the pond liner right over there. And then tomorrow, we're going to have the underlayment come in, right? We're going to have the underlayment come in. So when the underlayment come in, then we could go ahead and put the pond liner down, and then we could start getting all of these rocks situated. The pond foam will be here on Sunday. But nonetheless, we're making good headway with this pond. This is going to be a nice looking enclosure for our turtles. It's going to be a nice pond. We really would like to see some koi in here. They just get kind of large, y'all. Some gets up to about 3 feet. So we won't be putting any 3 feet koi in here. I did look up some smaller koi. We'll see about that. Careful, Papa. You got it, Carter. But nonetheless, this is the first pond that I've ever built. And so far, it is not only fun, learning some things, and overall, I think it's going to turn out to be a very nice situation. It's going to be a very nice pond. As you can see, you already got some rocks kind of situated. Instead of using the very large boulders that take up a lot of the pond space, we are going to use the smaller ones and kind of just make it look really good. Kind of like I said, like this right here. This is a good example of how it's going to be situated on these ledges. Yeah, go ahead and wait, Papa. That's how it's going to be situated on the edges. So on part 4 of the pond build, we are right there at the finish line, y'all. So as you can see, you got the pond liner, underlayment is under it, pond liner in place, all the rocks into place. Now I just need to button up the sides, trim the liner up a little bit, and then get this thing looking how it's supposed to look. I still need to plumb in the filtration. That's going to be done sometime this week. I'm running out of daylight, running out of time. But nonetheless, it's looking really good, y'all. It's looking really good. We're getting there. Definitely getting there. So I also need to buy a lot of river pebbles so I could put it in all the areas. I still didn't foam any of the rock in. Everything is just kind of like dry fitted into place. You got these 2 stumps right here, or they're not even really stumps, 2 trunks right here that I'm going to situate somewhere in here to make it look a little bit better. Might have one just hanging in and hanging out. So this is part 5, y'all. This is the last step. Now, look at this thing. Let's just not talk any further. Look at the pond. I've made sure I got all the gravel in here. Want to do a little bit more around it. I foamed it out, connected the pump, connected the waterfall, connected the skimmer. Look at the trunks in here. This thing looks absolutely amazing. Check out down below. That is a cave for the koi to be able to go and hide in case predators. Hopefully we don't have any predators, but nonetheless, they got the nice cave down there. This thing is absolutely stunning, y'all. I'm really proud of myself. Give me a pat on the back. Looking good, looking good. So what I need to do now is tomorrow, since the foam will be cured, I'm going to rinse down all of the rock work, drain out all the dirty water, and we're going to finally fill this up. I have a gallon counter that connects to the water hose, so we'll know exactly how many gallons this pond is. But man, this is definitely a work of art, in my opinion. What you think, babe?
It looks amazing.
They said it looks amazing. So, do y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Hear that waterfall? We got water in the pond, y'all. We got water in the pond. So, there's nothing left to do. There's really nothing else to do aside from add some fish. We're gonna go ahead and dechlorinate this. We're gonna get some fish in here soon because we don't want any mosquitoes be laying having any larvae in here, anything like that. So we're going to get some guppies, probably within the week for sure. Nonetheless, we went through a little trial and error with this, but we got it good. We got it situated. It's about 500 gallons. Thought it would have been more like 1,000 gallons, 1,500 gallons, but maybe this thing right here isn't accurate. Where is it at? Maybe this thing right here isn't accurate, but it says it's about 500 gallons. If it's 500 gallons, this is a big 500 gallons because this thing is deep, it's wide, it's long, all of that. We're gonna definitely put some koi in here. So first pond, y'all, first pond. So I'm not gonna do a whole lot of talking. I wanna do a lot more showing. So we're gonna take some time, we're gonna run a montage for you. We're gonna show all the ins and outs of what we've done. This thing is just gonna look better and better. There's a lot that I still wanna do. I wanna put some rocks to cover up this liner right here. Got a couple other spaces up top that I wanna put some rocks into place. But for the most part, y'all, I think it came out really good. Came out really good. First time building a pond, so what could I say? If I ran into some errors, to be expected first time, but let's go ahead and do a walkthrough. So that's the little solar panel right there for the underwater lights. If these lights come on, hopefully that thing got charged up enough today. If these lights come on, we'll do a nice little nighttime montage for you as well. We have these other little lantern lights that's going around the pond. Think it looks good. We're gonna plant around the pond. We're gonna make it look really good. The waterfall came out amazing. Yeah, I took out that flower pot right there because it was just floating. So we'll probably put some pond lilies right there on top of that platform right there where the cave is. Just came out really good. Came out really good. Eventually, I'll make sure I cement all of these cinder blocks into place. I'll make sure I leave a little opening so if there's water runoff, things like that, so it don't get trapped in here. There's definitely some things, some modifications that need to take place. We won't really know everything that needs to be done until we go through all the seasons. But, you know, when it starts raining, I'll definitely have to plan accordingly for as the pond overflowing. Again, making sure that this area right here don't flood, don't go back into the pond. That's something else that I had to consider and I will deal with. But overall, I feel like this was definitely a W. So it's done. It's done. All we got to do is just add some fish. I will add some more lights in here though. We already got some lights. We got 5 lights looking really good. I want to add a few more lights in here, but that don't really have to stop anything. It's about time for us to get some fish. Now, this pond is not big enough for me to put the koi that I wanted to put in here. I wanted big koi. That's not going to happen. I think I could get away with getting some butterfly koi, or I could get some shubunkin goldfish. Yeah, babe over there smiling. Shubunkin goldfish. So those are basically calico goldfish. Now they get about 1 foot, and if I'm not mistaken, the butterfly koi also get about 1 foot, maybe 15 inches. We could probably get like, you know, maybe 3 or 4 in here, maybe 4. But now there are some things I still want to do. I still want to add some more rocks to cover up the liner along here and those areas over there. But for the most part, I mean, look at this thing. You know, I did this myself, right? Water crystal clear. See all the way to the bottom. We did go ahead and plant some flowers around the outside. We went with flowers because they wanted flowers, so she get flowers. That's why. And then we got the succulents. I'm a fan of succulents.
We are fans.
Yeah, well, we are fans of succulents. I got an elephant ear right there that's being held up. It's looking like that because it's just now being outside. It wasn't outside. It was inside the pond, inside the garage. So, you know, it's going to take time to adjust. We got another elephant ear right here in the middle. It's going to be pulling out the nitrates. But yeah, this thing is really, really sick, y'all. And even more so because I did it all by myself. So
You can talk about the clarity of the water now that I got a clear shot if you want.
water's crystal clear, y'all. Water is crystal clear. So we got this little log right here. If it was a hot day, we could sit on it, dunk our feet in the water right there, something like that. But yeah, the water looks really good. Right, Papa? It's funny, huh? So now we just gotta add some fish. Like I said, now we just gotta add some fish. Been busy. As you can see, the pond is finally complete. One of the things that you might notice right off the bat is the fact that we put the white rocks around the pond. Now, we believe that this looks really good. This is what we wanted to do. We were gonna go with the more natural, but this has made everything pop. It makes the rock pop, it makes the driftwood pop, it makes all of the flowers pop. It really makes you appreciate the contrast in the colors. So yeah, it might not be natural, but this is not really a natural pond. It's like literally right in the middle of our yard with these cinder blocks around it. So this is much better. Besides, this is what we wanted to do. So what else has changed? I also went and added a little paver to go on top of the waterfall. That one was that right there was like $10. One from Aquascape is like $85. So you can't really beat that at all. We also filled in all the areas with more rocks, so none of the liner up top is showing whatsoever. So that's also another adjustment. What else going on? What else? Oh yeah. So we've added a couple of things out here. We put more of the lights in. Looks really good. Added another plant over there. This right here. These are solar mosquito zappers. So that's going to be good. We have this right here, ultrasonic animal repellent. This is for raccoons, cats, etc. So it sends off a nice little sonar sound that raccoons can't stand. So that's how we're going to prevent any raccoons from coming in here and trying to grab any of our fish. You should see that thing working at nighttime. What else? We have all of our lights. That was in one of the last videos. Now it's just pretty much just enjoying this thing. We added another 3 koi in here, butterfly koi. So now we have a total of 8 koi inside the pond. Now we're gonna slow it down and kind of like cherry pick the remaining ones we want, like show where to go and etc. So overall, this thing we love it. We love being able to look at it from inside the house. It really complemented the yard. And whenever we're out here, we're sitting here staring at the pond, staring at the fish. The fish are eating already. It's definitely a little piece of nature. So we're gonna run a nice little montage and show you everything, all the ins and outs of this thing. But this thing is absolutely amazing. Oh, I brought my canna plant out here from inside the indoor pond, put it right here. It was getting smothered. It was getting smothered because it was inside a small pot, and you know, it was basically suffocating in its own roots. So instead of repotting it, we just brought it outside. I did repot back into the pond, 1 or 2 small cannons, so we'll repeat the process, start it all over again. But they deserve to be outside there. They were way too big. So we got the canna right there. As you know, our elephant ear still has to come back. That is another elephant ear right there. We have our little solar fountain right there that's not in the sun, so it's not really working at this time. But yeah, Let me know what you guys think. If we took a win on this, let me know. I know we did, but I always want to hear you guys' feedback. One of the biggest things that I know that you're going to be able to appreciate is the fact that you no longer see any liner around this pond. That was something that we didn't like to see. That was something that I'm sure that wouldn't want to be shown all the time in the videos. But there's the koi right there. Look at those cool koi. Look at them. So like I said, I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to keep talking. Let's go ahead and run a nice montage. And then all right, y'all, so we almost at 20K. We almost at 20K. I appreciate you all. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, share the content, help us get to that 20K. Also, follow us over on TFC with me on TikTok and YouTube. That is our other channel, behind the scenes. You get to see all the behind the scenes content. Aida's in charge of that one. She's been doing a wonderful job getting ahead of me. So if you want to get ahead of me too, you got to follow over there. But again, I appreciate you all. Let's get to that 20K. Have a good one. Peace.